My question is this. When is there going to be a Republican in Washington, D.C. that makes Donald Trump pay a price? When is Paul Ryan going to go in front of a microphone today and say, you know what, until Donald Trump apologizes for his racist comments and gives me a reason to believe that we are still the party of Lincoln, that we are still the party that freed the slaves, that we are still the party that believes all Americans have the opportunity to rise to the top, not by government handouts, but by their own power and their own genius, with a helping hand from us. Until he proves that he belongs in the party of Reagan and Lincoln, he doesn't get my endorsement, he doesn't get my vote, he doesn't get my support. Who will say that in Washington, D.C.?
Well, Mark Kirk came pretty close to saying that by rescinding his support. Lindsey Graham, who always has a lot to say. This is obviously something that keeps Lindsey Graham up at night. Jeff Flake sat here and said he may do what Jeb Bush plans to do, but for neither.
What about the leadership? Well, what about Paul Ryan? What about
Newt could say it.
Newt could say it better than anybody.
Well, but listen, let me just say this. What they're trying to balance is something that can't be squared. So they're looking at the base of the Republican Party, saying my base chose him, so I must get behind him, as though that's something they can hide behind. No, I mean, the spirit of it is accurate. The will of the people, the will of the base of our party, Joe. They're trying, and it took them a really long time to get here.
But let me ask you this question.
No, but let me just say,
your parents
my parents are horrified by the
brother,
racial.
Guess what? They were with him from the very beginning, right?
Right.
My brother is horrified by this. Your parents are horrified by this. They are Trump's base. They have been Trump's base, and they're horrified by this. Why isn't Paul Ryan?
Well, I think he is. And let me just finish the thought, because it's taking longer than it should to come out because of the sleep deprivation. Just give me a break. So what they can do now is binary. They can either leave their endorsement in place or they can revoke it. But there is no curtain number 3. So what they all have to do is decide, and Chris Christie, whatever you think of the choice, double down in his support for Donald Trump. He was there all day yesterday helping him with the statement that went out, with the speech last night. And whatever you think of these moves, he has made his bed and he's lying in it. Mark Kirk chose the other path. Jeff Flake. Mark Kirk revoked his support. Lindsey Graham revoked it.
So as to the choice.
Well, I'm just saying they haven't made one yet.
There's a third choice.
Right. Well, what's the third?
Can I tell you what the third choice is?
Yeah.
The third choice is this. Hey, Donald, guess what? I'm not going to support you until you get your act together. You're acting like a Bush League loser. You're acting like a racist. You're acting like a bigot.
And I'm beginning
this
to think
is called art of the deal. I'm taking my deal off the table, Donald, until you come back to the table and get on the other side of the table and prove to me that you're not a bigot and prove to me that you're not going to take my party down in the ditch. You don't have my endorsement, and you can't use Hillary Clinton as a gun against my head. I'm taking the gun away from my head. I'm putting it on the table, and now it is in your hands on whether you are going to prove to the Republican Party and me personally that you're not a bigot. So don't use Hillary Clinton as a threat against me. Don't use Hillary Clinton as an excuse, as your blank check to say racist things about people born in Indiana. No, Donald, you don't get to play it that way. I'm not scared of you, and I'm not scared of the base, because they're just as pissed off as me. Walk away. It's called art of the deal. It's what Donald Trump has been preaching all of his life. I can't say the word that they are. Donald
has used the word in New Hampshire.
He used it. So, they're being weak. They need
You bring up Hillary Clinton. It's a great point, because here's the deal. Paul Ryan, you can't use Hillary Clinton either. In your pathetic, weak, kind of meandering around this problem. Because, Willie, guys, you know what we have here with these Republican leaders who are like, can't have Hillary Clinton. Really? You hate her that much, you'll take a racist? You hate her that much, we're going to have 8 more years of the Republicans we had who said from the get-go with Obama, we just want him to fail.
Here's the thing.
You're going to have
it's the worst of
the same.
Guys,
you are more of the same.
It's the worst of all worlds, Willie, because if they embrace the racist, to beat Hillary, they lose to Hillary, and they destroy the party.
They hate her that much.
No. They lose. Listen to me, guys. You embrace a guy making racist comments.
Why do you have to say
lose this? Because they're stupid. You lose the presidency, right?
It's amazing.
And then you lose the Senate, and you lose the House. And then we, small government conservatives, we're screwed because you've destroyed our party because you're running scared. Stop running scared. You've got to stand up to Donald Trump and say, prove to us that you deserve our support. And when you do that, then maybe we'll consider giving you our endorsement back. But right now, Willie, they're running scared. And Donald smells it, so he can say whatever the hell he wants to say.
And it's going to get worse.
And he sees them as weak cowards unless they start standing up to him right now, and they take their party back. Donald Trump needs them more than they need Donald Trump.